Hello fellow gamers, I am your host Brent Justice. Welcome back to my gaming channel, Justice Gaming. I am in Star Trek Resurgence, ready to start my playthrough. Hope you all are having a blessed day today. I've got a hot coffee in front of me, ready for some gameplay. Let me know what you're drinking down below. Seat of Power, continue. I am looking forward to this storyline, seeing where it goes. So let's just do a quick little summary as we pop in game here. We talked to the Hotari, we talked to the Lydians, and we, well, got some mixed feelings. At first, we thought maybe the Lydians just seemed very stuck up, but maybe they have a point, and maybe the Hotari found an artifact and are using it against them to rise a revolt. I don't know, but maybe that's all wrong, so who knows, right? I don't yet, and I can't wait to find out. I think I hit everything in this area, but it says that I can... Oh, you know what? This was what I was afraid of, guys. Reloading my game, or exiting the game where I exited it, and then it didn't save my place. It put me all the way back here. So I guess the game saves to like checkpoints. You have to make it to a certain point. You have to make it to a certain checkpoint. Well, I don't like that because now I don't know where to stop my game. So I have to do all this over again.
Soothing.
Alright, I'm going to try to remember to choose the same options I chose in the last video. Let's see if I can skip through the dialogue, though, and I'm going to try, like I said, see if I can hit the same options. Because that sucks. No wonder the
Hotari are so tough.
I didn't want to have to redo this. Oops. Well, I guess I've learned a lesson on how the game saves things.
Commander, I'm glad you've chosen to side with the Hotari. I knew the Federation would see through the Lydians' baseless claims.
I'm not on either side. I know that's what I said there.
My people.
I guess I can't skip.
Clear, I'm not on either side of
I
this
can't
conflict.
skip through the dialogue, guys. We're just going to have to sit through this one more time. I apologize. I didn't know that's how the game saves things. But it didn't save it where I wanted it to save it. So here I am having to repeat all this.
You were there the day the mines were seized from the Lydians.
Not seized. Reclaimed.
It's hard to know then where to leave off or where to exit.
We had to be decisive before the Lydians could even realize their worst.
Don't you fear retaliation? I think I said that.
I'm curious why the Lydians haven't fought back. They have the ability to retake the mines anytime they want.
Ability is one thing, courage is another. The Lydians know any hostile action on their part will not end well. They respect one thing above all else, and that is force. The greater the force, the more certain the outcome. Any talk of making peace is just that, and worth little without the strength to secure it. Which makes me wonder about your ship, the Resolute. Undoubtedly the Federation's finest warship.
And here I was honest. I told him it was a science ship, so it's a science vessel.
Is that not true? Maybe I've misjudged it.
It wasn't designed as a warship. More for scientific research and exploration.
But the Federation must have ships designed for war.
Technically, they're Starfleet ships representing the Federation. But yes.
I see.
Sidron.
A pleasure meeting you, Commander. I'm sure we'll cross paths again.
Alright. Well, sucks we have to do all this over again, but what can I do? Have to do it.
Rydek, I'm encouraged to see the Federation supporting my people. I'm afraid of what might happen without your help.
What did I say here? I forgot. I guess I said I'm glad to hear that. I hope that was right. I forgot.
I'm glad to hear it. I just hope you're not the only one who feels that way.
Yeah, I think that's what I said.
I apologize for that. These are unusual times, to say the least. Much is changing. I saw you speaking with Sidron, our national hero. I'm curious, what did he say?
He seems to be of the opinion that negotiating for peace is a waste of time.
Because force is the only blunt instrument he understands. He's a miner, not a diplomat. For the first time in our history, the Hotari have the upper hand. We see ourselves as strong instead of downtrodden. New voices have risen up. Old voices shouted down. Galvin and Sidron have become national heroes. Now they have the Queen's ear. Better or worse, depending on your perspective.
See, you don't trust them? I think that's what I
I
said.
get the sense you don't exactly trust them.
I don't trust their instincts, which are leading us to war. My fear has been that the Elydians will launch an attack and crush us. You've seen their starship, no doubt. They could have retaken the mines whenever they wanted to, but it never happened. And as strange as this may sound, I'd almost say they're afraid. I just don't know what they're afraid of.
So good,
It's
let's
still the
see.
same bluster and bravado you would
Galvin.
expect,
I said Galvin.
but it has no teeth. Like they're afraid of what might happen.
Because of what happened in the mines. Is it Galvin they're afraid of?
Yeah, he found
It's
something.
entirely possible, but I don't know for sure. Whatever Galvin is doing in those mines is turning everything upside down. No one knows exactly what's happening. Since the day of the revolt, Galvin has seized control of the mines and restricted all access.
Yeah, that's not sus at
No
all.
one's allowed without his personal authorization. And they've taken over a section of the palace with just as much secrecy and security. I'm told it could be something they brought back from the mines. I've made inquiries, but everyone pretends it doesn't exist.
What is
I
it?
strongly suspect they're hiding something.
What do you think it is?
I've heard rumors it's some sort of ancient artifact, but I haven't seen it myself.
Of course it is. It's always an
How can
ancient
we know?
artifact.
I'd better see what's happening.
Do you think you can find out what they're hiding?
And then I give her a tricorder.
I need to see proof of something before I can make my case to the Federation.
I can try, but even if I found it, I might not know what to make of it.
Here, have a tricorder.
Take this. You can use it to capture whatever you find, and then send it to me.
Thank you. I will let you know what I find. And I look forward to our meeting again.
And then we talk to the Elydian next. Right.
Sorry, I couldn't help but notice you were speaking with the Hotari this whole time. I figured in the interest of fairness, I should offer another perspective.
Of course.
I'm probably not telling you anything you don't already know, but these negotiations rely on the Federation's neutrality, as does any hope you might have for a supply of dilithium in the future. So, why you would choose to side with the Hotari escapes me. Without Elydian involvement, there is no dilithium trade.
We remain neutral.
Clearly, you weren't aware.
We are and will remain completely neutral. Our only interest is the peaceful resolution to this conflict.
As is ours. Of course, the question is, at what price? Major Salit Arminta, Special Attaché, Elydian Armed Forces. Pleasure to meet you, Commander. I have my issues with the Hotari, but I have to give them some credit. They know how to seize an opportunity. Inciting an uprising the same day as a massive, once-in-a-lifetime ion storm.
Our assumption was that this storm was just an anomaly.
Yes,
Convenient
a very
anomaly.
Convenient anomaly. At least that was what we were told. Of course, I wasn't there. But who am
What?
I to say otherwise?
I think I said what really happened. I hope that's what I
Something tells me
chose.
there's more to the story. So what really happened?
I think it is.
Well, the official story is that it was the storm that enabled the revolt. How else do a bunch of unarmed, unorganized miners seize control of an entire moon, much less thousands of mines?
Yeah, that was the right option.
I've talked to people who were there. They tell a different story. They say they're lucky to have escaped with their lives. That it was more than just the storm. That somehow the miners were able to harness the energy from the storm. I know it sounds crazy. I'm not even sure I believe it myself.
What did I say here? I
that's what they
forgot.
said.
That help explain it?
You just answered your own question.
Yeah, that helps explain it.
How do a group of miners do something that in theory
That
can't
is what
be
I
done?
said before.
That's how. Harnessing the storm.
But even if it's true, how does that even happen?
You tell me.
Okay, I chose all the correct answers that I chose
If
in the
you'll
last video,
excuse me,
so
Commander Rydek.
we're still on the same path I was from the last video. That's what I wanted to achieve, and I have learned a lesson about where I need to exit the game. I guess I need to do it between chapters. I need to do it when like a new chapter is beginning or something. I can't do it in the middle of
They seem proud of their culture.
this, wherever I'm at.
Pride can lead to rash action.
It's going to make things a little complicated when I need to end my video for the session here, but I guess we'll just figure it out. Do the best I can, right? Okay, we've talked to everybody. Now we're back to where we were in the last video, so now I can go talk to the captain. Tell him everything I have found. So now we are up to new content. New dialogue choices. I also noticed that the voice volume seems a little low in the game
Disaster.
What happened?
for you guys.
Hotari refused to concede anything, so the Elydians stormed out.
Oh, the Elydians stormed out.
The Hotari did not invite us here as peacekeepers.
No, they want us to fight their war.
I hope your efforts were more fruitful than ours.
I kind of understand that. But that's not what we're here to do. So as I said, maybe this is a point where I could have saved the game, but I didn't know.
Gravitational harmonics
Whatever.
failing to resolve. Warp bubble stability degrading. Increase output to maximum.
Oh, increase warp output.
Increasing warp output to maximum.
It's happening again.
As I said, the voice volume seems a little low. That's not
It's
me.
evident
I've
that
got it
presently,
maxed
the
out in the
Resolute cannot
game.
achieve warp propulsion.
Since our diagnostics rule
So,
out any
nothing I
problems
can
with
do
our
about
warp
that. It's
systems
all
or
the way
anything
up.
about the ship. The
I know
problem
that-
appears to be the fabric of space itself.
I know that the
Space
dialogue
itself?
seems a little low
You're
volume-wise,
saying
but
something about this
I
region
can't
of
fix
space
that.
prevents warp travel?
Prevents it or can't sustain it.
It might be the
However
storm.
improbable, that appears to be the case.
I think it's a storm, obviously.
The storm didn't stop us from leaving space dock and traveling here. But could it still be causing this interference with warp travel?
We must follow sound investigatory
No, I
principles,
think it is a
and not
storm.
let an assumed conclusion drive your analysis.
Sometimes we need a little inspired thinking, Mr. Chovak. Captain Solano is on his way back from the negotiations, and I want to have some answers for him when he gets here.
Indeed. Given the facts at hand, we may be able to deploy subspace probes around the ship to construct a clear picture of the phenomenon.
Around the ship. I'll prep a shuttle.
Well, I guess I prepped it. The scientific method. All right, we are in a
Setting up
shuttle.
a waypoint at a distance roughly corresponding to the edge of our warp field. When we get there, I'll deploy the first probe.
Okay. Oh, I get to fly a shuttle. This is new. A new thing we have to do. All right. Fly the shuttle to your objective to complete a mission. Use W to fly forward. D to fly backwards. Use the mouse to turn. Use Q and E to ascend and descend. The storm will push your shuttle around. Stay focused. All right. WD, turn, QE. I think I got it. Let's do it. Whoa, I don't have it. Yeah, the storm is definitely pushing me around right now. Okay, I'm at impulse. I can strafe a little bit. I guess I have to avoid the asteroids.
Calibrated to receive the probe's readings. We are standing by to reproduce the warp field collapse after the first probe is deployed.
Thank you, Mr. Chovak. We'll be in position shortly.
And, Mr. Diaz, do take care in piloting the shuttlecraft. Now is not the time to indulge in the human penchant for joyriding.
But I am joyriding. I'm having fun.
Chovak probably isn't such a fun guy to work for, huh?
Oh, I have to do this and that? Chuvak, he's not so bad.
Nah, Lieutenant Commander Chovak's not so bad. You know, once you get used to him. And, I've learned a lot working under him.
Have to avoid all of these things.
Be a political animal like you. This new first officer coming aboard.
I'm trying to go down. See, I'm trying to lower myself. I guess I could just go around this stupid thing, right? Dang, we're gonna cut that one close. Oh man, this is actually kind of difficult. Oh crap. But they're gonna make me answer questions and fly the shuttle. That's difficult. Thank you, game, for making it difficult. I have to use all three of my hands.
This is far enough.
Hey, I did that without running into anything, so that's a success.
Transporting the first probe into position.
Oh, I gotta do this for several probes, I bet.
Westbrook here. The first probe is deployed.
Understood. We are reading it. We are about to replay the simulation.
Problem?
Don't get me wrong. Things are definitely trending up with Commander Rydek. She's put my ideas into action. And she listened to me when your life was on the line out on the hull.
That sounds like a good thing.
It is. But I'm still trying to figure out if she's right for the job. She didn't go through what the rest of us did. Still got chosen.
She's a great leader.
She's actually siding with me.
From what I know, Rydek's a real leader.
Yeah, that is what we need, isn't it?
From a first officer? Sure.
Absolutely.
Fair enough.
Test is running. Warp field collapse in 3, 2, 1, mark.
Whoa.
Whoa. All right, that is definitely a problem with the fabric of space. We need to get another probe out there.
I've got to do this again. I'm starting to think now, what if it's not the ion storm? What if it is something different?
The Resolute and the probe.
But it can't be a coincidence.
I'm setting a waypoint to a particularly strong area of interference. We'll deploy the second probe there.
The storm, it cannot be a coincidence that this storm popped up, you know?
Listen, I'm gonna give you a piece of advice I wish someone had given me.
Oh, they are making me fly through it on this one.
Don't get so focused on what's in front of your face that you lose sight of the big picture. Before Rydek showed up, the captain pulled me into his ready room and told me he didn't think I had the people skills to be first officer.
But you're a people person.
Crap. I mean, if he'd said that about Chovak, sure.
Well, if you're asking, I think you're a people person. After all, here we are. Me, an enlisted officer. You, one of the senior staff. Talking like old buddies.
I should send Solano to talk to you.
Bring him
Yeah.
on.
I'm sure you can handle him.
I'm trying to stay
You've got
positive.
potential. You're a capable engineer. You're good in the field. Keep up the good work. And who knows? A solid jack of all departments like you could be commander-in-chief of Starfleet one day. Hell, Admiral Jellicoe started as a shuttle pilot.
Not a bad idea.
And there are places to go in the enlisted
I want to be a little bit humble, but I also
You know,
want to be
I'm the
ambitious.
best leader Starfleet
A little
ever
bit.
had. Lower decks always have to fix all the problems command causes. Maybe I just save everybody some steps.
Well, don't forget about us little people when you're running things.
That's not how I meant it, though. I meant to...
Came from.
Maybe I should have chose the first option. Maybe I should have chose I'm happy right where I am, but a Starfleet officer does have a little ambition. They do want to keep achieving something. Right? So, I need a little bit of ambition, not a crap ton, but I need to be able to be moving forward, progress my character,
Deploying the probe.
my position, my rank, all of that kind of thing.
Westbrook to Commander Chovak. We're ready for another sampling of data.
Otherwise, I would become
Again.
I'd become
In 3, 2.
I'd become Picard in Tapestry. Remember Tapestry? Picard
There it is again.
I saw it.
had no ambition in the alternate timeline when Q
What about
sent
the
him there.
scans? Anything?
Yeah, or when he had
Here's
his
the
real
readings
heart.
in relation to our local space.
So I don't want to become that.
The Resolute. Hotari
Anyway,
Prime,
I'm babbling.
and the probes.
All this interference is overloading the sensor buffers. We're gonna have to triangulate the sensors manually.
Ah, locate interference peaks, huh? Here. 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 Here.
We got something.
Here.
These markers indicate peaks in the gravimetric interference patterns.
Let's see if I can find some more.
Move reticle. Well, that's kind of cool. So I'm just basically looking for these peaks. I found some. There's this thing down here. There we go.
Hold up. This is coming from the moon.
A beam that blocks warp travel.
Oh.
Right at us.
Someone is doing this intentionally. I don't know how they're doing it.
Why would they
It's like
do
nothing
that?
I've ever seen.
Why would they be doing this?
So it's not the
We came
storm.
here to help these people. And now we're getting hit by some warp-killing weapon?
Now, look here. It's current readings of the ion storm.
These concentrations. They line up with the interference pattern.
Oh, wait a minute.
The storm. And this beam. They're coming from the same place.
So it's
Carter,
both. It's two
whatever
things.
petty local conflict brought us here. It's just a small part of something much bigger.
We got to get this info back to Rydek and the captain. Immediately. But that's kind of what I thought. Suspicions. All right. Let's see.
One thing is clear. This is no fluke.
Thank you, Mr. Westbrook.
All right.
Want a full briefing?
So,
I'm back on board.
the captain and Rydek now
Solano
know.
out.
Awesome.
A targeted weapon that inhibits warp travel. Coming from the moon Tau.
That would explain the difficulties my shuttle encountered.
Absolutely.
More importantly, the tenor of the Hotari during the negotiations.
And here I thought the Alydians would be the problem.
That's what I thought too, but I was wrong.
Warship. This wasn't supposed to be so
We're the ones. The
complicated.
aliens know something was off. What are the Hotari up to? 3, I think.
I don't know why the Hotari wanted us here, but it wasn't to negotiate.
That's right. They are up to
Clearly,
something.
peace is not their intention.
That's
Then
right.
What is? Why go through this charade?
Tylus, the Hotari representative, said she thought they found something in the mines. Galvin and Sidron brought it back to the palace, but they're keeping it under tight security. She's going to investigate it. I gave her my tricorder. I expect she'll contact us soon.
You found an ally.
Why would Tylus help us? Go behind her people's back?
To stop Galvin and Sidron.
It's a fair question, considering.
I think that maybe number 1. Because she was talking about Galvin, so I'm going to choose 1. Oh, here it goes.
She doesn't like the way Galvin and Sidron have been manipulating the situation. And the Queen. Working with us to go around them isn't the same as betraying her people.
That may be true.
She's certainly more likely to help than the other Hotari we've met.
True.
That raises another question. Specifically, what do the other Hotari have to gain in bringing us here? Only to make this hostile maneuver against us. There must be
To
some
learn more
motivation.
about us? They want
They
more?
changed their minds between when they asked and when we got here.
It doesn't make sense? No, I'm going to choose 1. 1.
Sidron was very curious when we spoke outside the Queen's chamber. He wanted to know all about us.
Right,
ship,
right.
The Federation.
He was asking about if we
He
had
wasn't
warships.
giving any answers. He was looking for them.
Well, I'm sure you didn't tell him too much.
I didn't. Well, I said
don't
we're a
think the
science
Lydians
ship,
know
but
what's really down on that moon either.
Major Armintas said
not
the
too
revolt
bad.
defied explanation. That the Hotari miners somehow harnessed the energy of the storm.
Harness the energy of the storm.
Doing that is beyond even our capabilities.
So is a weapon that disrupts warp travel.
There have been civilizations and entities, both past and present, far more technologically advanced than the Federation.
The Lydians and Hotari don't fall into that category.
But that is all the more reason to investigate.
But they might have
further.
found something from a civilization that has affected or had that
Commander Rydek,
technology.
Sorry to interrupt. We've received an urgent call from Hotari. The Queen's advisor, Tylus, has asked to speak with you.
Put her through.
Galvin and Citron are still with the Queen. I've enlisted help to gain access to the room they have under guard. I don't have much time.
I'm not supposed to leave my post.
It's only for a moment. I so appreciate your help.
This is cool. It's like a... She's got a GoPro. 24th century GoPro.
Something. I'm sending you a scan.
She's streaming for us. Receive data scan, please.
Got it. Tylus, if we needed to gain access to the mines on Tau, is that something you could help us with?
I suppose it wouldn't be easy, but I have to go.
Tylus.
All right.
Can we reconnect?
We have a little bit of info now.
Sorry, Captain. We've lost all contact.
We can only hope she escaped without harm.
It was hard to tell.
She knows what she's doing.
Tylus wouldn't have offered to help if she didn't know what she was doing.
That's a lot of faith in someone we barely know. Let's see this.
Yes,
whatever the
but
hell that was.
I feel that. She knows what she's getting into. All right, let's see what we've got.
Tylus suspects this came from the mines on Tau.
It appears to be of ancient origin, but the markings are unfamiliar.
We can run a full analysis when we get back to the Resolute. But if this came from the mines, then it might be the key to how they got the upper hand against the Lydians.
Then we have to go into the mines.
The Federation would not allow that.
They're like,
We're, after all,
what?
sent here to be a neutral party in a peace negotiation. However, we could demonstrate that the Hotari have acted in bad faith, which would enable us to investigate the mines on Tau with full justification. But of course, we
This
would need
artifact is
conclusive
proof. Federation doesn't have to know. We have to defend ourselves.
Otherwise, it could put us
Artifact
in a
is
difficult
proof.
position.
You know what?
Whatever this artifact
Now that I'm
is,
thinking
may be
about it,
proof
I
enough.
think I probably should have
least to
chose the
satisfy
other
the
option that we
Federation.
need to help get her out. Because that's what a
Especially
Starfleet
if we
officer
can
would have
show the
chosen.
Hotari are controlling
I
the
might
world
have chose the wrong option there.
and targeting the Resolute.
Kind of regret that
We
decision
may
now.
have a better understanding once we analyze the device. But a mission to the mines, covert or otherwise, is not out of the question. And I will handle the Federation.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I might have should have chosen the option that we need to
As I
get her
was
out of
telling
there.
you,
I think the
I want
captain
all
would have
the
liked
data I
that
can get
better.
on this warp problem.
But I
The
can't go back.
negotiating team Shuttle has been recording data all the way back from Hotari.
Containment protocol.
Even better than our probes. So pull the sensor and engine ISOs from the Melville when it sets down.
Will do.
Well, like I
I'll
said,
join you and Shovak down in engineering to
replayability
run
of this
analysis
game
on the
is
brief.
very high, and I would probably choose that option in another playthrough of this. So, yeah, I regret some of my choices.
Anomaly, and I like it a hell of a lot less now that we know someone is doing it to us. How does it work? What do we even do about it?
What do you say we pull these chips and find out?
Took some damage on the way. That ionic interference scored the hull plating. Might be some micro welds. Let's try pulling together.
All right.
3,
2, 1, S. That's not S. That's S.
It won't budge. Gotta be the storm damage. we need to... Welcome back. Any excitement down on the surface?
Excitement? No. Nothing like that.
Hey, can you hand me the EJ7 interlock? From the toolbox.
I don't know what that is.
Not much use for one on a security detail, huh?
Oh, she's mean.
Yeah, I'll get it.
She's mean. Come on, you don't need to do that. That didn't make her happy. Grab plasma welding torch. No, I need the E7 thingamajig. I guess that's the plasma welding torch. Fine, whatever. Gosh, the mouse movement to get over there is so long. Show off, not be professional.
Okay, I'll apply pressure while you decouple the panel.
I'm not here to show off. The movement is like I have to move the mouse a whole lot to get to where I need to get to.
Here, I'll help.
See, now she's helping too. And that's why we're professionals. Yep, tore that off.
We've got this.
Open up and say ah.
Thanks for the hand. We have to get these isolinear chips down to engineering.
No problem. You really know everything about these ships, don't you? The tools, the systems.
I don't know everything.
Like a walking Starfleet technical manual.
Well, I wouldn't say everything, but I know my stuff.
Gotta be humble.
I can see that.
Gotta be humble. Wonder how these choices have affected everything. I need to read up on the cards and see where we are. Love this look at the inside of the warp nacelle, though. That's kind of cool. Get to see the coils, warp coils. Isolinear chip compartment. I gotta do each one. Man, they make you do the tedious things on this, don't they? Oh.
What's this?
What is that?
Some kind of crystal formation?
Oh, we're back to this thing. Cool. Oh, we don't get to use it much.
Whoa. This substance is a quantized spin crystallization of hydrogen, carbon, and lithium. It's emitting tetrametric pulses at an interval of 3.8422 seconds.
Not tetrametric
Quantized
pulses.
crystallization isn't natural. I mean, it's only theoretical as a means to engineer matter on a subatomic level. What's it doing in there?
That's a good question. Don't touch it. Use a glove.
Wait. Regulation 364, subsection 9.
What?
Regulation 364, subsection 9 orders that in the case of an unknown foreign substance infiltrating a sealed system, it will be placed in secure confinement before further examination.
Smart.
Retrieve a containment module.
I was about to say that.
Don't you think we're more equipped to deal with whatever this is?
No, it needs to be secured, and then we figure it out.
Before anything else, this is a security issue.
I agree with her. This is alien technology.
Which is why we need to study it.
Once it's contained.
Leave it there.
Just leave it there for now. Messing around with it could be dangerous.
Oh.
At least until we know more.
I didn't mean that,
That's
actually.
exactly why we need to get it to the containment lab.
I meant the other one. I wanted her
I
to...
can't make an exception just for you.
I didn't mean for her to make an exception.
I'm
That's
still
not...
going to report these crystals to Commander
Crap.
Westbrook when we send
That's
the
not
ship.
the intention
That will
that I
inform our
meant for that.
superiors. I'm taking this just as seriously as you are.
I thought leave it there until they get the
I overheard
thing.
talk about the warp disruption
The
in Shuttle.
containment thing.
Now these crystals? Maybe this situation is more than we can handle with just a science vessel.
I meant the other option. I hate that. I can't
We
go back.
could trigger a distress call.
Yeah,
Get
the
Starfleet to send more
this
ships.
is one of those things about the
Or I
intentions.
could send a
We're
message
on
to
our
my
own here.
LCO
That
on
sounds like
Adirondack.
mutiny.
Get some combat-tested vessels.
If you
We
think you
shouldn't
can.
do this alone.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. If you think you could do it without getting in trouble.
Oh, that's not what I meant
find a
either.
way.
Oh no, guys, I'm making
Very
bad
careful.
choices. I'm making bad choices today. It's not what I meant.
Okay, stand back.
That's 3 bad choices I've made today. I'm not doing so good here on what I intended for the intentions to be, as I've stated.
Get this to the containment lab. We'll get it set up for you. I'll let you know when it's safely confined.
Oh, we'll be there.
Last thing you want is to study this down in main engineering and have it explode next to the warp core.
Oh, she gave me a kiss.
Almost forgot.
Well, we do.
that.
I guess we have that. I guess we got a kiss out of
For a
it.
second,
All
I
right.
thought she'd gone
Not the
cold on
worst
me.
thing that could happen.
Like she might have changed her mind. But I guess this whole situation has her spooked.
All right.
Maybe she knows more than us?
It's her job.
Or it's because this is all happening so fast?
Well, of course she's taking it seriously, but that's her job. She's on duty, she's got to be on the lookout for danger.
Right, she's security,
Yeah,
right?
but talking about sending a distress call on her own? That's going too far. Although, you didn't seem to think so.
All right. I didn't mean... Oh, man. Crap,
She was
crap,
probably
crap,
just
crap.
thinking out loud. I'm sure she'll come to her senses.
All right, I need
She has enough
to think
complications
harder
stacking
about
up.
these choices I pick, because I'm
We'll
making
get
some
through.
bad ones today.
You, me, and Miranda too.
So when I chose
Commander
to,
Rydek was able to work
leave
behind
it.
the scenes during the negotiations.
we'll talk about
Made
it at the
contact
end.
with a
I need to
representative
listen.
from the Hotari delegation named Tylus. She mentioned an unusual artifact of unknown origin being held under tight security within the Hotari palace, which she believes came from the mines on Tau. Now, this artifact might have a connection to the revolt, to the storm, and to the warp disruption we now know has been targeted at the Resolute. Commander Rydek, if you want to take it from here.
Of course. Tylus managed to infiltrate the heavily guarded location within the palace and sent us these scans using my tricorder. It appears to be some sort of control panel, possibly connected to the warp disruption weapon, originating on Tau. Of particular interest is this symbol, which we couldn't identify the origin of.
The Federation database has records from a vast number of civilizations. If anyone from Starfleet has come across this before, the system should recognize it.
Cross-referencing with Federation records.
Displaying symbols from Federation database with a 90% probability of match or higher. Select a symbol to further analyze.
All right. Before I do this, I want to talk about those choices I just made before I forget about what I was thinking about. So when I chose the option to leave the thing, I thought that was going to mean leave it so that they could get the containment field around it. That's why I chose that option. I didn't realize that that's not what that led to. So I figured that I was trying to side with Miranda, that's her name, right? The security officer. I was trying to side with her. And so I thought that was the option that would do that. I was wrong. I should have said it could pose a threat. That's the option I should have chose. I regret not choosing that option. I would choose that again in another playthrough. I'd choose that option. Also, that last one where we send a distress call without anybody knowing all that, I didn't mean to choose that option either. Again, the intention of that, I didn't read it very carefully, and then they really throw it at you fast. They don't give you a lot of time, right? It's a timed event, so you have to make these decisions and choices quickly in your head, and this is what I've been saying. Sometimes you don't know what the intention of the choice is when you make it. You don't know what if that's a positive or a negative choice. You don't know that. So it's hard to construct that. That's why I like Deus Ex games a lot more for these type of choices, because it gives you time to think about your choices. There's no timer on it. These timers, man, kill me. I really, really don't like that. So I made some bad choices today. Also, the choice in the shuttle with Rydek and the captain, I probably should have said we need to save her. We need to save the person down there. I probably would have chose that option. So I'm already making some really bad choices here today, and I didn't mean to. I really, really apologize for that. I really feel bad about it now, because that's going to affect my gameplay. It's going to affect my characters, and I don't like that. So that sucks big time. I want to replay it, but of course I'm not going to. I'm going to keep going in this playthrough, and I guess when we get to you know, if I ever do a replay of this game again, I'll be able to choose something different. But anyway, I just wanted to say all that and get that out of my chest off my chest before we move on, because that was really bothering me here right now, and I hate that a lot. But I may have to shut up and just not talk during the dialogue like I have been doing apparently. I need to probably listen a little bit more carefully, so apologies if I do not talk a whole lot while they are talking or during the dialogue. I want to listen to what they're saying and really comprehend it so I can make the better choices. All right. Now, before we do that, let's see how this did affect things, though. Let's go first to Edsler. Edsler was reminded how much she values her friendship with Carter when he said she doesn't owe him anything for letting her go first on the hull. Well, that hasn't changed, so that's good. Miranda noticed Carter's usual confidence was tempered by some much-needed humility when she returned from Hotari. Okay, so we're fine there. Tuvok approved Carter's eagerness to work on... Yeah, that we've already known that one. And I guess that's where we stand with them. Westbrook enjoyed his conversation with Carter, coming away with the impressions that he's smart, pragmatic, and confident in his knowledge of the ship. So, Westbrook likes us. So... Okay, those haven't changed. So that's where we are with Carter. Let's see where we are with Jara. I'm really interested in Solano's thoughts. Captain Solano liked Jara's pragmatic approach to any danger Tylas might encounter by helping the Federation. Well, okay, he liked our pragmatic approach, so I guess we're not in terrible shape with him. Spock thought Jara performed well under pressure when she was being questioned by the Queen. We know that already, and that's all we're up to date. Okay, so I guess we're not too bad. All right, I need to... Okay, it's not Klingon. It's obviously not that. Looks like a paw print, kind of. Wonder if it's Iconian, but I don't think that... I don't think that's what the Iconian... Wait a minute, that looks like it right there. Oh, I think I found it.
.2% match.
Got it.
What do we got? Ooh, the Tkon Empire. I know them. Well, I don't know them, but
the design and composition indicate
I've heard of them.
This is a glyph associated with the ancient Tkon Empire. Their civilization collapsed over 600,000 years ago, but once spanned millions of systems with a population numbering in the trillions.
Fascinating.
The Tkon.
The Tkon were once the most advanced, most powerful civilization in the galaxy.
Is it possible the Hotari found Tkon technology?
It is possible, of course.
I wonder if they even know what they have.
Our knowledge of the Tkon is limited.
They know how to use it. See, I've heard of the Tkon.
Actually, I've heard of the Tkon.
You have?
Quite impressive, Commander.
Computer, summarize the Enterprise D's discovery of a Tkon outpost.
There you go.
On Stardate 41386.4, the U.S.S. Enterprise D, under the command of Captain Jean-Luc Picard, discovered a Tkon outpost in the Delphi Ardu system. According to the mission summary, an unbreakable energy-draining field was deployed against the Enterprise and a Ferengi ship. The Enterprise was only able to escape after negotiating their release with an entity known as Portal 63, Guardian of the Tkon Empire.
Right.
Unbreakable energy draining field. It starts to make sense.
I remember that episode.
There's a lot here.
Season 1, I think.
Let's take it piece by piece.
Select the aspect you wish to learn more about.
Yeah, I believe that is a Season 1 episode of Star Trek The Next Generation. I remember it. The Tkon Empire, yeah, the planet was holding the two ships, draining energy. They went down. I guess they call him Portal. He gave... It was Riker. With Riker, they gave him some kind of test or something. And they passed. He liked Riker, and they let him go. I remember that. Let's learn about a little bit about Portal first.
Someone from the Tkon Empire is actually still around.
Or at least was, 16 years ago.
Computer, what other information do you have on Portal 63? guardian of the Tkon Empire.
The entity known as Portal 6-3 is of an unknown nature. A biped humanoid, he was unaware that the Tkon Empire no longer existed at the time of the encounter. He was able to control the crystal-based technology of the Tkon outpost through apparent telepathic means. It was by his choice that the Enterprise was released from the energy draining field after Commander William T. Riker of the Away Team argued on behalf of both Starfleet and the Ferengi.
Telepathic control of their technology.
Yes.
As I have said, they were the most advanced civilization in the galaxy.
Well, I mean, the Vulcans have a telepathy-based weapon. The one where you can... Oh, I forgot how it works exactly, but the one where you can use it and it enhances their telepathy to do things. I remember that. I just don't know what it was called. But they do have they do have something like that, so it's not strange that would exist. All right.
What sort of planet is Delphi Ardu 4?
Delphi Ardu 4 is an M-class planet, a barren rocky world with little to no vegetation and frequent ion storms. The giant crystals that grow there absorb energy, but it is not understood how they do so. The entire Delphi Ardu system, consisting of 11 planets, was considered completely uninhabited until the encounter with Portal 6-3.
Frequent ion storms. That can't just be a coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
The technology to capture and hold the Federation flagship would have to be unbelievably powerful. Computer, what else can you tell us about the energy-draining field the Tkon used?
The Enterprise D was unable to break free on its own. The precise nature of the technology was never fully understood. Only that the crystalline technology used was beyond the comprehension of then-current Starfleet science.
The engineering team found a quantized spin crystal formation in the shuttle you took to Hotari. They registered tetrametric radiation coming from it.
We have Tkon technology on board right now?
We might. I'll run a full analysis in the containment lab.
Yeah. Well, I knew it was dangerous. That's why I wish I had chosen that other option. But I knew that. We don't touch that stuff.
There appears to be some sort of restriction order from Starfleet. Computer, explain this restriction.
A Starfleet directive similar to General Order 7 forbids entering the Delphi Ardu system or attempting to make contact with Portal 6-3.
Starfleet doesn't throw up a no trespassing sign for just anybody.
I suppose it makes sense, considering what happened to the Enterprise D.
The Elydians should have crushed the revolt. But if the Hotari have Tkon technology and can control it, I see why they're willing to negotiate peace. For all we know...
We need to go to the mines.
And we're up against something greater than we can imagine.
We need to go to those mines. I think that's...
There's only one way to find out.
That's going to be important.
We need to see what's down there for ourselves.
Yeah, we need to see it.
I might be able to help with that. We've been able to triangulate the source of the ionic interference and warp disruption to a specific mine on Tau. Engineering used the latest data from your shuttle to pinpoint its origin. There.
So we know where to look.
Commander Rydek's right. We need to know what's down there, what the Hotari are hiding, to better understand what we're up against.
Yes.
And to neutralize it if we can.
We're Starfleet, that's what we do.
Captain, embarking on a mission to the Hotari moon would not be viewed favorably by either side.
No, but we're Starfleet.
However, given the circumstances,
that's what we have to do.
We are entirely within our rights to defend ourselves.
I just want to make sure this doesn't blow up in our faces. Which is why I'm thinking of sending Commander Rydek on a covert mission to Tau.
Covert. Oh, good. Stealth.
Assuming you're up to the task. It would require absolute secrecy. And obviously, it's not without risk.
I'm always ready. Let's go.
I'm ready for action, Captain. Just say the word and I'll be there.
I'll admit, I wish I could go myself. I'm hoping Tylus can accompany you. The priority is to avoid detection. It's a calculated risk. The last thing we need is to get caught.
I didn't want to say away team because didn't seem like we need a big away team. Seems like a solo mission.
Can't afford any mistakes. Which is why I've chosen you.
Tylus will be essential.
Tylus will be essential to my success. Not only her knowledge of the mines, but her ability to gain access.
It's not all
particularly
about
now
me.
that
I
they
gotta
know
give her
which
credit
one we
too.
need to get into.
Make sure she understands the need to keep this covert.
She's not going to want her people to know about this.
Get in touch with Tylus and make the necessary arrangements as discreetly as possible.
Bridge to Captain Solano. The Illydians have moved additional ships to the edge of the Hotari system. Current heading is straight for the homeworld.
Understood.
It would seem we no longer have the luxury of waiting. In that case, may I suggest you and I return to Hotari Prime? Doing so will provide Commander Rydek as much time as possible to complete her mission.
Good, they do that, and we'll
hail
do
the Queen's
this.
delegation from my ready room. We all know what we need to do. Dismissed.
Good, they're gonna go do that, and we're gonna go do this. We're splitting up and doing some cool stuff. It sounds like a stealth covert mission. Lost and found. So this might actually be a good stopping point.
Diaz and Edsolar.
Even though
Where's the crystal formation that you found in the shuttle? I have tasked Ensign Calloway with performing a full analysis of the tetrametric pulses.
Security brought it to the containment lab.
I was just there. They don't know anything about it. Security never checked it in.
Miranda never got there?
Oh?
She's the one that had the crystal formation?
Yeah, her and the rest of the security detail from the negotiations.
Diaz, Tamaris. Carter Diaz to Miranda Maris.
What's going on? This is suspicious.
Commander Westbrook to Petty Officer Miranda Maris. Respond.
Now I'm curious.
Something's not right.
She's still on the ship. She has to be.
Computer, locate Petty Officer Miranda Maris.
Petty Officer Miranda Maris is in the isolinear storage array on Deck 5.
I'll go find her.
Good.
Okay, what's going on?
Sure
This
Mr.
is suspicious.
Diaz can attend to this on his own.
Well, kind of rude, but okay. I wouldn't mind some backup, to be honest. Some help. I'm trying to look for a stopping point, guys. This is really hard in this game to find, like, a stopping point. Because it just keeps giving you dialogue and options and things. Okay, I've got control, so this is where I'm going to stop the game. This seems like a good stopping point, and maybe it'll put me back at the beginning of that section. But that seems like a natural stopping place for the video, even though we're a little bit short of an hour here. But this game, as I have found out now, is extremely difficult to find a place to stop without redoing everything and redoing all your options, which I don't want to do. So, feels like this will be a good stopping place. But let's just talk a little bit about what happened in this video. I made some bad decisions I'm not too happy about, but I guess overall they weren't the worst decisions I could have made, but they're not the ones that I was intending to make. I pretty much just talked about that a second ago, so I'm not going to talk about them all again. Just saying, oof, I wish I could go back and change those options, but oh well. I guess that's why you would want to replay the game. Let's see where we stand, though, with Jara, because we had some things pop up with Solano and Bedrosian. So, it says, Captain Solano couldn't help but be impressed by Jara's intelligent approach to the mission to Tau, despite the evident risk. All right, well, I like that. And Lieutenant Bedrosian was awestruck by Jara's fearlessness when discussing how to address the Hotari threat during the senior staff meeting. So she was awestruck. Now, we haven't had much dealings with her, to be honest, but things are still affecting our relationship with her. Notice that. Like, we haven't had any dealings with her since the beginning, but yet, just in that conference room, having that discussion affected our outcome with her. So, amazing how that is connecting to somebody I wouldn't have even thought about. So, that's interesting. And I guess nothing else has changed here. So, okay. Well, I think this will be a good place to stop. I don't know what's going to happen here, but I'm curious. Why is Miranda not taking our communication. Why is she not responding to us, and what's up there? Though I did agree with her completely that a foreign crystal that has been grown on our ship, you know, we need to treat that with gloves. Literally, we should be transporting it into a containment field and, you know, not touching that thing. I agreed with her completely on that. That makes sense. You put it away safely and study it from a distance first. You don't touch it with your bare hands. So, yeah, I did agree with her there. That made sense. That's the Starfleet thing to do. Also, I think the Starfleet thing to do is to go investigate these mines. I think that is a very Starfleet thing to do. Even though we're here for negotiations, no, we investigate. We find something that's weird. Yeah, we're going to go find out we're going to get all the information, you know. We're going to be well informed before making decisions, because obviously the Hotari have us here on not the most honest intentions in the first place. Therefore, that gives us reason and cause to dig deeper and find out what's going on so that we can reply correctly. Makes sense, right? All right. Thank you all for watching. Really having a lot of fun with this playthrough. Do regret some choices, but what can I do but replay it in the future? Thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for the next one.